Welcome back to the Tydirium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with another video. This time I'm talking about how I'm going to display my Transformers Masterpiece movie stuff, and I've got a couple of displays to talk about. I got some stuff going on up here, and just kind of what I've done, why I'm displaying like this. Some other really cool stuff that's going to be going on if you stick around to the end, I've got something cool for Star Wars if you're into that at all. But what I'm going to be doing down the road with that. So anyway, let's get into it. So I've pretty much displayed my G1 stuff like this, and it started out dynamic and something really cool, and then it's turned into just a whole bunch of just rows of clutter, and it looked okay to me until it just felt too cluttered, and I was like, I got to find a better way to display these things. So I got like 17 figures here, and over there I've got 15, but it looks like so much more space, and I'm probably going to replicate that over here. So this kind of feels like a living organism, and I'm actually going to have a few more videos talking about a few concepts that all are involved in here. First off, I'm going to have a video talking about the multiplicity factor of, do you have more than one character, or do you just have the one? So that's going to be a discussion topic coming up. And then also I'm going to talk about someone like me who may have two of the same exact character from the same exact company, maybe have 3 or 4. So what's the difference between a collector and a scalper? Because I don't know, that's where does that line drawn? So anyway, I got some ideas and concepts, and I really wanted to make some discussion videos, but right now I'm talking about this display. And so what did I do with this display? And so I got a backing here, and I wanted Unicron behind these guys, but then I got these two pictures I really liked, and then so this one I just couldn't see Unicron being below the planet. It didn't make sense, and since I do see it all, you back that up and you could see it all. I just thought it was a better idea to go with Unicron on top, and then all these smaller figures, it's much easier to see them in a display such like this if you got a little bit lower. So just kind of a lot of stuff I put in, a lot of ideas and thoughts and stuff. So with that being said, was just going to use some cheap like countertops, some Formica countertops. Anyway, I couldn't find any anywhere that was a reasonable price. Like $65 was the cheapest I could find to get a little 2-foot by 3-foot space. And so what I decided to do was I went to a local granite place, and I asked them if they had any broken granite that they were going to throw away. And it's like, yeah, we got all that back there. Help yourself. So I helped myself to a bunch of granite, and then I stacked it up kind of like a stairway kind of deal. So also it elevates it. It kind of looks like it could be Cybertronian or what's going on, or could have even been from the scene where the Coronation Starscream scene. But anyway, I really like the way that looks, and I think I got a lot more bang for my buck for zero money. Just my work, getting it, cleaning it, and putting it in my display. And then better than just having a flat surface. And the flat surface is not really the best. So anyway, I was kind of pleased how this turned out, and I think I'm going to redo my other display with kind of the same concept and idea. So I also got a picture printed there, and then I wired it to a remote, and so I have one of those Christmas remotes, so I could turn this off and turn it back on, and I could do the same. And so on the left side over here, I could turn this one off and back on, so I don't have to do much work to get the lights on. And yeah, I mean, it's 80s, and I could have figured out a way to wire it to a switch, because I have wired switched my 80s home here, so they did that a lot back in the day. But anyway, I thought that was a lot more interesting to do the way I did it. So this is a lot trickier, and I'm trying to figure out ways to film at high heights. And so this shelf is probably about 7 foot up, and then at the top it'd be 10. There's about 3 feet in there, maybe 2.5 feet, something like that. So anyway, I figure displaying the big ones up higher is a better way to do it. Now I've got Gabriel in there, and in order for him to hold Megatron, he would hold it as long as he didn't get bumped or anything. But I kind of turned his arm upside down. I understand that that's a bit of a weak point. That one ratchet, I'm sure you can get in there, tighten some screws, maybe that would work. But anyway, this was easy on the fly. I'm gonna get some more of the granite from that granite place, and just kind of stack them up and get these all about the same head. So there's some work to do there. I do like that Unicron in the background, like approaching. He's gonna get us or whatever. And then I used one of my extra KO Megatrons. I still function, and I'm glad I used KO because this guy keeps falling. he kept falling as I was putting this together, so he's taking a tumble, but he holds together real fine. He's just fine, and all his joints are still relatively tight. I mean, they're not as tight as the Toy House factory ones, and I know everybody else's infant transformations, they really like theirs. But anyway, so getting off that, I've got the official Gabriel. This is the Titan. No, it's the Unite Warriors with all the upgrades. I think every upgrade that Perfect Effects made for it. For the Superion, now he's too small, and I don't really want to waste the money on the KO upgrade of this guy. I'm waiting for Zeta or Fans Toys, so I'll be waiting a long time if I wait for Fans Toys. Probably 2021 or something if I wait for Fans Toys, but we'll see. And then I'm not upgrading my Devastator, so I really don't care. The Toy World looks great, but I'm not going to spend $400, $500, $600. I think you can get them for like $450, I think, right now. Maybe if I caught him for $300, I'd get him. And I know he's vastly superior, and he holds together way better, and you can do a lot more poses than I can get with this guy. But this one still works for me, and I got two different options for feet for the feet upgrade. So let me talk about that real quick. So I think if you've got a Devastator, really all it needs is a foot upgrade for aesthetic looks, and I'm not really sure which one I like better, because I think the Perfect Effects one looks very cartoonish, but I really like the way this is a DNA kit, and you can't find, they're not available anywhere anymore, but DNA kit, it uses the actual existing grill piece in here, so it incorporates the foot. It's more like the real foot, so I kind of like that too, so that works out. Obviously Grant scraping up my shelf there, but anyway, if you want to do the Combiner Wars Devastator, this is actually the Unite Warriors, as you can see with all the different colored details and all that stuff, then the Unite Warriors one or the US one, I don't really think that there's that big of a difference. There's not, for double the price, it's not worth going to Unite Warriors if you didn't get a deal on it like I got on this one. So, but anyway, I like the foot upgrade. I don't like the shoulder upgrades. I don't like all the other upgrades that went with Unite Warrior, the Perfect Effects kit on it, but you know, it does what it does. So in this, I was like, what am I going to do with these 12-inch guys? I really want a shelf that's just all the 12-inch, because I like the 12-inch. I think the 12-inch scale is where Masterpiece should be. And so if they make a Masterpiece, a knockoff, or whatever in the 12-inch scale, I'm going to get it. I haven't gotten the Inferno, is it, that's out? And I think that's about all that's out that I don't have in a 12-inch scale. Also, there's some more Seekers, but I think you got one Seeker, you got them all. I'm going to wait for like a 12-inch Conehead to come out, and I'll go with that. But kind of thinking, I got these holes from where I used to have a light up here, and I went with a different lighting option, and which that's another real big thing with these displays is what are you going to use to light them. But I think I'm going to suspend these two Seekers so I can actually kind of create more space as more figures come along that are in the 12-inch scale. Last, I just kind of want to show you what I'm working on here. Okay, there's a little bit of light, but anyway, I'm going to work on a cantina scene, kind of like doing the sail barge stuff, and then doing the Java Palace and the Rancor Pit. That was fun, and this is just a 3D pop-up that was really easy to put together. And I'm going to start working on populating it with the modern figures that I don't quite have yet. I obviously need a bartender, whatever his name is, I don't know. I don't know all those names, but anyway, I know the vintage names. But anyhow, then I'm going to fill it in with the vintage figures and make a scene, and it's going to be a lot of fun, but that's going to be a couple months worth of work. I got more videos coming. Like and subscribe. Tydirium Hanger out.